So this video that we're watching here is Independence Rock in Wyoming. And I'm doing this voiceover because it's super windy up there and the audio in my videos were pretty much ruined. You can't hear what I'm talking about. So Independence Rock was kind of important stop along the way for the pioneers because they could see it from miles away. And then when they get to it, they would climb up to the top of it. And you can see Jody and Adrienne trying to climb down. So it's about, I would say about a 35-degree angle going up there. Luckily, that rock is pretty sturdy footing. It's not slippery really, but the angle is at where you could possibly tumble and fall. And it's quite hard. So the top of that, you go up there and there's etchings of the pioneers writing their names and the year that they stopped. So a lot of those were from like 1870s and 1880s, and I think even earlier than that. A lot of names sketched in there. So this is also a rest stop where you can stop and rest. Duh. And then here's an old highway where the old highway used to run next to it. So pretty dry in this area. Like I said, the wind was probably 25 to 35 miles per hour. And then when you got up there, the audio just did not turn out at all. So this is our road trip from Utah to Illinois in July of 2020. Adrienne came out to visit us for a week, and then we drove her back. We kind of took a scenic route to the north and went through Wyoming and South Dakota and dipped down into Iowa. So there's between 1843 and 1869, it says 500,000 immigrants passed through or past Independence Rock. And that's it for this particular part of this video.
Oh, somebody must have died here because there's flowers on it.
Well, somebody must have died here, according to Rand McNally. So the reason why I call it Jody Rand McNally is because right after we got married 30-some years ago, we were going somewhere, and she goes, "We gotta go left, we gotta go left." She remembers, she just yelled out Rockford. And I go, "You sure?" "Yes." So we go to the left, and then we start going to Freeport, and I remember going to Cherryville Mall, which is to the east, and then I said, I go, "We're going the wrong way." I go, "Way to go, Rand McNally." And so she was mad, she just sat there, and about 15 minutes later she goes, "Who in the hell is Rand McNally?" So now I call her Rand McNally every time she does some map reading and stuff. It's a compliment. So this is supposed to be the old way to get to Casper, Wyoming. So we're not very far from Casper, Wyoming. This is the Platte River. And I didn't know that the Platte River went through Wyoming, but I guess I do now. So, I think you can drive across this bridge, but is that a barricade on the other side? So, maybe, Adrienne says we should go look and see. So I didn't lock the truck, so we don't go too far, but the new road's over there, the new bridge is over there. So, we're just meandering. We're going to Gillette, Wyoming, and spending the night. And then we're going to look at Devil's Tower tomorrow. And then go over by Deadwood and Mount Rushmore and stuff and spend the whole day in that area tomorrow. And then start heading toward Illinois. So we're taking an extra day to just zigzag something different on a road trip. Okay, that's 2 minutes. That's why I try to limit my videos to. So we're done.
They're talking to each other.
We're looking at prairie dogs.
There's one over there.
I see it.
So
That's a
So
Yeah, that's their hole. Get back over
there's
here.
some baby prairie dogs and mommy and daddy prairie dogs.
Because they go down in the ground. They live in their holes. They live in those holes.
So due to humans,
They look like daggers.
prairie dogs only inhabit 2% of the area that they did 200 years ago before humans came out here and ruined everything. So most of the prairie dogs live in areas that are protected. Otherwise, people try shooting them and stuff. So apparently the cowboys hate them because they dig these holes and the horses step in the hole and break their legs. But maybe the horses shouldn't be out there in the first place.
They're not supposed to feed them.
So we are heading to Devil's
Do
Tower,
not feed prairie dogs.
and there's Devil's
It's all
Tower.
red.
So the way Devil's Tower was built,
That's feed them.
you guys know the story how Devil's Tower was built? So the way Devil's Tower was built was as a grizzly bear was chasing these two Indians, and the Indians climbed up on this little rock, and the grizzly bear was clawing at the Indians. It was a huge bear, and the Indians prayed to their god to save them, so the rock grew, and the bear kept clawing and trying to get the Indians who were staying on top, and that's what those big lines are. Those are claw marks where the big grizzly bear was trying to get the Indians. So that's what I read on Wikipedia, so it must be true. So we brought the old Silverado,
Do they bite?
and Adrienne's on our road trip with us. And then one more look at the prairie dog, and we are off to the walk around Devil's Tower. Adrienne falls down, take 2. So Adrienne was jogging on the trail. She tried to cut between me and some other humans and fell and skinned up her knee. Does it hurt?
And then it bleed because Grandpa was in my way.
Grandpa wasn't in the way. Some humans were in the way.
No, Grandpa.
So she wasn't paying attention. She was running and she tripped and fell. And then she tries to blame it on Grandpa.
I was paying attention.
You were paying attention?
So then she tries telling everybody about it, but nobody cares. So we're still at Devil's
Now
Tower,
you need to be careful and not be in a big hurry.
and
Oh, stop.
we're on the north side of Devil's Tower now. So this trail is actually pretty long. I don't know how long it is, but it's got to be over a mile.
Get that little dog. All right, let's go. Only for a little bit, then you're walking again.
So now she's crippled and has to be carried. But I'm not going to carry her because I'm half crippled myself half the time. So, alright, that's what happened. So, Adrienne will probably have a little scar on her knee for a while. And then she can look back at this video and say, that's what happened. I was running, some humans got in my way, I fell down. So, yep, there it is. We are about done at Devil's Tower. We walked the loop, and we're back around, and I'm sure there's no way you'll be able to see this. Oh, maybe.
It was fun. This is a lot of fun.
So, let's see.
Why isn't that?
Just to the right of my finger, there's a person climbing. And then, right about dead center is a guy with a white shirt climbing. So, where that little crack is right there, right to the right of my finger, there's a guy up in there climbing. And then to the lower left, there's a guy with a blue shirt climbing. So kind of crazy.
He was looking for bees.
So
He didn't
it's interesting to sit here and watch them climb or fall. So I hope they don't fall, but kind of scary. Unfortunately, the sun's shining just away. I can't get a good picture. So, all right, off to Spearfish Canyon.
All these little blue ones.
Okay.
Forget-me-not.
I'm making a video. There's a bunch of flowers down here. We're by Spearfish, South Dakota. There's daisies. There's little blue flowers. I forget the names of them. And there's these other little purple flowers. And we just walked to a place called Devil's Bathtub. It's kind of weird. We went to a place called Devil's Tower earlier. Now we're at Devil's Bathtub. So, what are the purple flowers over here, Jody?
I don't know what those are.
She doesn't know what they are. But, so we got daisies, and I forget the other ones. Oh, forget-me-nots, that's what they're called.
What's she
There's some
doing?
yellow flowers.
Come on.
And I tell Adrienne, I say, Adrienne, stay out of the mud. And then she walks in the mud. So there's people coming behind us, so we gotta keep moving. So then there's some other purple flowers up here. Kind of cool. So we're on our way down Spearfish Canyon road. There's several waterfalls and paths and stuff you can walk on. So we're not spending too much time on these things, enough to get some pictures and look at it, but we want to go to the Georgemickelson Trail and do about a 16 or 20 mile bike ride. I inquired with some people on some bicycling Facebook groups, and they told me where to go. Some of the nicest places you can go if you only have a few hours on that bike trail. So that's what we're going to do. Had to move over for some humans. Alright, that's the end of this video. Okay, we're rolling. Adrienne, what are we doing?
I'm pedaling, but they're standing my right up. They're standing my eyes up because there's too much sand.
Oh, they're
Wear
saying
your
it.
sunglasses, I guess.
You gonna ride back? Alright, so we're in South Dakota. We're on the George Mickelson bike trail. And it's gravel, so most of the trails we've been riding with Adrienne are paved. This one's a little gravel. So the plan is to go maybe 16 miles and then go 8 miles up to Rochford and back to Mystic. So Mystic used to be a town. It's basically just some buildings now. So there's a little stream over here. And Adrienne, talk to the camera.
Are you gonna hold the bug on your hat?
Apparently the bug in my head.
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
It's not coming off of you.
Alright.
It's still real and it's not coming off of you.
It's not coming off. So somehow that's funny. So anyhow, hopefully it's shady. It's supposed to be 500 feet up and 500 feet back down. So hopefully it's not a lot of hills. Although it seems like we're going downhill. I'd rather go uphill first than downhill second. So, alright, we're gonna hang up and then
When we stop, we'll get it.
hopefully you can see that view. So this reminds me of the Coeur d'Alene Trail and the route of the Hiawatha. So, got a creek. Alright, that's enough. We're still on the Georgemickelson Trail. Are you coming, Gigi?
I'm going to come back here and take a picture from far away.
She's gonna go back to take a picture far away. Are you hanging on, Adrienne?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna ride through the tunnel. We just crossed the bridge. We'll go on the other side and we'll film her coming through. So we got like a netting, chain link netting type stuff. Right, to keep rocks from falling on your head. So,
There's bench in there.
ooh, it's dark in here. So it's a wooden.
There's a bench in there.
It's kind of weird. Like you ride in these tunnels, you think you can see just fine. You get it halfway in between. Ooh, it's nice and cool in here. Feels good in here. Oh, there's a bench. Alright, so we'll come out the other side. I hear water rushing. Oh, no. Want to get off? Alright. Ugh.
Oh, I thought you were running down by the river.
You wouldn't run by the river, would ya? So there's the tunnel. You gonna get back on?
Yeah.
All right. So, I don't know if we could do like a big, I don't know if we could do a big bike ride, like we did like a 30-mile, 40-mile a day bike ride with Adrienne. I don't know if that would work or not. I seem to think that Grandpa's doing all the pedaling, or most of the pedaling. Is Grandpa?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why, man, you're ready. You're rested up already. So, Black Hills. So, Grandpa doesn't know anybody here, but I heard there's a.
Grandpa, what's taking forever?
What's taking forever?
Oh, there's a bug on your back.
Bug on my back. So, there used to be some guy named Rocky Raccoon that lived here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Jody's
Maybe
confused.
This is why it's called the Black Hills.
Black Hills. So there's this like slate rock that's kind of chipping away. I don't know if I should be standing here or not. It looks like there's stuff falling. All right, we gotta go. Here comes Jody through the tunnel. She had to stop and look at rocks. That's cool.
This is a big rock.
I know. Maybe we should throw it at Gigi when she comes through the tunnel. Just kid, don't put it on the trail. And get off the trail because Gigi might not see you coming out of that dark tunnel. Even if she does see you, she'd still probably hit you. What did you do back there?
My basket popped off.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think she's probably stealing a rock. Like
What? Stealing a rock? Why would somebody do
a
that?
Black Hills rock.
For you, Gigi.
So,
For you.
we bought rocks for Adrienne at the gift store.
For you too.
So, it's
Maybe Grandpa should put this on his
shiny.
vehicle instead of Gigi driving it around.
Whoa.
So yeah, okay, so Gigi's complaining about
Yeah.
lugging stuff around. And then we got, that bike weighs like 40 pounds. That little bike weighs more than my bike because I think my bike's an aluminum frame. And then Adrienne likes to take breaks quite a bit.
Hey,
Um,
that's enough.
and she weighs 45 pounds, so that's probably like
What are you doing?
probably 85
Well,
pounds.
they're gonna pinch you. Then what?
That I'm lugging
You'll be
around.
crying.
She pedals sometimes, but she doesn't really do a great job.
All right.
So, all right. So we rode up 6 miles up the Mickelson Trail, and it's uphill all the way, like 2% grade probably at least, which doesn't sound like much, but it is. So coming back, I haven't hardly had to pedal at all. But the last mile this way will be uphill slightly. Because as we took off, we're riding down here, I'm thinking, oh, this is great, except for coming back. But then after a mile, then we start going uphill for about 5 miles. So we need to come back when we can spend, like, do the whole 100 and some miles in like a 3-day, like 35-mile chunks. Does that sound good to you, Jody?
25 sounds better.
Well, that only gives us
4 days?
75 miles. We need to go 100 miles, so
Okay, girl.
she's gonna work on her math, then
What's going on?
we'll address that in the next video.
Why?
We're making a video. So what was your favorite part of the day?
Getting ice cream.
That was your favorite thing of the whole day?
Oh no, taking walks.
Taking walks.
What did we do today?
Where all did we do? Or where all did we go? And what all did we do?
What did we do today?
We take a bike ride, and then we went down the hill on the bike ride, and then we went to this place, and then
What's this place?
What's this place called?
I don't know.
It's called Mount Rushmore. What is here?
You can't see the president's
The
head.
heads.
The heads.
You can't see the president's heads because we're standing in the shade. So it's about 7:30 at night, maybe. And we're
I 5 minutes that night.
we're just wrapping up the day. We spent the
What
whole
else did we
day
do today?
in
We
the
went to
Black
Devil's
Hills.
Tower. Do you remember that?
Started
Yeah.
Started out at Devil's Tower. Adrienne fell down, skinned her knee.
That
Yep. And then I don't know what we did. Oh, we drove down Spearfish Canyon and walked through a bunch of waterfalls.
Very beautiful. Highly recommend it.
Then we went to Mickelson Trail. Then we rode 12 miles, 6 miles uphill. And then the fun part was 6 miles downhill. Through a tunnel. And then we
Over
drove...
multiple bridges.
Yeah,
Multiple bridges.
Old wooden railroad bridges.
Yeah. And then we
Then we
drove...
drove, and then we drove on it and went to another bike. What?
So then we came to Mount Rushmore. Got here about 6 o'clock, which is not a bad time
That
to come.
was 7 o'clock, actually. No offense to Grandpa, okay?
No offense to Grandpa. Apparently, I can't tell time. So we got here about 6 o'clock. We walked around this loop, and we're just kind of relaxing here, eating ice cream before we take off. But what did we eat supper? We had like a picnic. So what we do, we buy these.
We had vegan burrito balls.
And then I take orange and burrito.
We buy these.
We had mandarin oranges.
We buy these things that
Yumma.
you typically will microwave and put them on the dashboard of the truck, and then sit them in there for a few hours when we go for bike rides and stuff. When we come back, it's all hot and warm, and it's just like they've been cooking in there, just like a restaurant. So
Adrienne even liked the burrito ball.
Gigi's making short work of that
She ate half of
mint
mine.
ice cream. So, all right, that's an update of what we did today.
Yeah.